Happy Friyay, everybody. Man, I tell you what, this has been a week. And you don't want to go anywhere, because today we're going to go over this right here. Vinegar Syndrome's release of Roadhouse. And trust me, this is going to be a hot take. We'll be right back.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
What? Squeaky chair, what'd you say? Oh, we're live? Oh, crap. That's it. The week's on its way out. Happy Friday, everybody. I tell you what, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you have enjoyed your week to the best of your ability. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, in the description down below are things we love. They don't pass. It's just great stuff. And our merch page is down there as well. New shirt designs should be dropping this weekend. You don't want to miss out. I'll tell you what, we got a squeaky chair shirt coming out by Monday at the very latest. I'm assuming Flagrant Triggers is working hard to get all of it up on the site. So check it out. You never know. You might just need a shirt. Shirts do cure nudity. Alright, so today, that's right, today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite movies. And I'm going to give you the hottest take I've ever given you on this channel. We are talking about the Vinegar Syndrome. Well, first off, Vinegar Syndrome. Let's discuss them real quick. It's a boutique Blu-ray company. And they have a line of older movies, cult classics, if you will. And one of which is Cloak and Dagger, which is a really great movie that I really love. And at the time I purchased it, I got it off Amazon, and it was just, like, for instance, it was just the movie. None of the nice packaging and whatnot, like what is in this set with Roadhouse. Now, you can still buy the really nice Cloak and Dagger, but I made the choice to finally pull the trigger on another one of my favorite movies, which is Roadhouse, and I spent the full amount to get the nice box set, which I'm going to go over. Now, I showed it all to you when I unboxed it, but I consider this my first actual Vinegar Syndrome purchase. It comes in, well, I'll show you, it comes in this really great box with some fantastic artwork on the front and back. It's beautiful. It's really well done. Alright? It's fantastic. And then you get the 4K and 2 Blu-rays. And you get this booklet. And that's where we're going to start. Okay? This booklet. Now, I don't know what the other booklets are in the other releases. And unfortunately, I'm probably not going to find out. Most reviews that I've seen about this, they haven't gotten around to reading the booklet. I made the mistake of reading the booklet first, and I fell down a rabbit hole with it. This booklet is 2 essays written by 2 different people and a bunch of pictures, okay? And the first essay is written by a guy named Sean T. Collins. And he's written a book about how much Roadhouse changed his life or what have you. I don't know. But the first thing when I purchased this, I assumed, because they don't go into a lot of detail of what's in the books, I assumed this was about, people's experience with the movie or how it was made or what have you. All right. Essay can mean many different things. But to the best of my knowledge, this guy, the first essay in the book, He's just regurgitating Kevin Smith, the pretend nerd, from his commentary on the special edition DVD that was released back in the day. But either way, his biggest takeaway in this book, in this essay that's supposed to honor the movie, is how everybody, men and women included, want to have sex with Patrick Swayze. They're all attracted to him. And how homoerotic the movie is. And when I say this led me down a rabbit hole, I love this movie because it's well written, has some great actors in it, Sam Elliott, Patrick Swayze, but the music pushes this movie into the realm of outer space. And that's the Jeff Healey Band, who I've been a fan of since like middle school. There seems to be this issue in Hollywood and fans of this movie that come from Hollywood weird or what have you, Kevin Smith among them, that because in this movie people have their shirts off, men, mind you, which remember, this movie came out in 1989, so it would have been filmed in 88. And in the 80s, the action movie genre, they all had their shirts off to show their muscular physique, etc., etc. But these people, who are nuts, seem to believe that since Patrick Swayze always has his shirt off in this movie, and other guys have their shirts off in this movie, it's homoerotic. It has no bearing on this movie. Nothing about this movie is that way. And I'll take it even further. In the movie, Sam Elliott plays Patrick Swayze's mentor. He's older, like way older. He's a father figure. He calls Patrick Swayze Mijo. Mijo literally means my son. So they look at each other as family, father and son. And this guy goes into great detail of how Sam Elliott wants to have relations with Patrick Swayze as well. And I didn't know where this guy was coming up with this stuff. It just was a huge turn off as far as supplementals for a great movie that's beloved. It's camp. It's a popcorn movie. It's just action with a good story. And then I watched the movie with the commentaries. I went through both commentaries. One is with the director, who has his own problems because he wasn't happy with some of the stuff in I don't know. But they have a commentary on here with Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier. Now, I guess MGM originally thought when they were bringing out a special edition DVD, they thought having that nerd cred on there by these film enthusiasts and filmmakers, Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier, would help sell that DVD. And at that time, maybe it did. But now, having Kevin Smith's name on it, that'll lose you customers. That being said, that's my second complaint. That Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier were asked to do a commentary back in the late 2000s. I think it was, I don't know when it was, but it was on a DVD. That tells you how far back it was. And they tell you at the very beginning of it, you're going to hear some paper shuffling because we just printed out all the information on Internet Movie Database. And throughout this commentary, they just are telling you facts that are on Internet Movie Database. These are supposed to be super fans, if you will, and talk about how homoerotic the movie is, and everybody's got their shirts off. And they say exactly what the guy who wrote this essay, this author, alright, super fan, what they say is exactly what he says. And I'm pretty certain the commentary was before this essay. So this dude's just a plagiarist. But it's amusing to see this is the way these people think. So that's the cons of this. Excuse me. If you love Roadhouse, if you want to get this big set, that's great. I don't regret getting it. But the book is worthless. The box is nice, alright? But the old special features, who cares? Kevin Smith, you're a hack. You're a hack. And Scott T, whatever essay writer you are, you're a hack too. Why is it so difficult to let people enjoy something and then you have to make up things that you want to see? Like, you want to think it's a certain way, so you make it up. Nowhere in this movie does it... I mean, they go into great detail. Both the essays do, actually, about how everybody wants to sleep with Patrick Swayze. And a knife is the main, like, weapon used in this movie because everybody's trying to stick it in Patrick Swayze. It's just ludicrous. And it's sad, but it shines a huge light on Hollywood and people like this and the things that they think. And I'm going to be honest, $55 after tax and shipping and the price of this is not worth $55. Is it pretty? Sure. Does the picture quality look good? Yes. Does the audio sound great? Yes. Is it probably the best the movie's ever looked? Yes. But then when you get to the supplementals, the booklet is a joke. Hollywood may look at this movie like it's some homoerotic fantasy of everybody, but it just goes to show you that's not... 95% of the United States or the planet doesn't think that way. But Hollywood sure does. Sure does. Yep. And they've never kept it a secret. I love this movie just because of what it is. I love cinema. I love movies. I love to be entertained. I like a great action flick. And between Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier messing up their commentary and admitting that they're not going to do a good job right at the beginning, and the director of the movie, Roddy Harrington, I think it's Harrington. I'm not going to look to see if I'm wrong. Yeah, it's Roddy Harrington. Between him apologizing for the scenes that, show boobs or over masculinity towards being rude to women, because he wishes they hadn't have filmed that. He didn't write this movie. And he makes that plain in the commentary. I didn't write this, so don't blame me. What are you, a sissy? Stand by your work. This movie is a beloved movie. It's a cult classic, and you're apologizing, making sure cancel culture doesn't snatch you right up. It's not like you have a huge storied career, sir. No offense. You've done a couple of movies I really enjoy. But what are you doing now? What are you afraid of? I'm always looking for good entertainment, but I tell you what, lately, seeing some of this stuff and just the veil is pulled back with social media and this right here. I'll be honest, I was going to buy all of the Vinegar Syndrome line of the older movies. And I didn't. After seeing this. Because it kind of ruined this item for me. I expected to see a booklet, with talking about the movie, maybe talking about how certain scenes were done or the history of it or something about the writers of the movie. Considering this movie was written by, the screenplay was written by a woman? It sounds like something you could have made a booklet about. So there you have it. Yes, this looks beautiful, and I'm glad I own the movie on 4K. But I could have saved myself $20 and still enjoyed the movie. So I leave it up to you, ladies and gentlemen. I expected, if you look at what Vinegar Syndrome sells mainly, I don't know why I'm surprised. So there you have it. I hope this helps. But it's definitely depressing to me. I mean, I thought Vinegar Syndrome, because they made a big deal about how much work they put into this and how excited they were to bring this out. Do you find that entertaining? To have people just nonstop talk about how homoerotic the movie is? Is that... I guess I'm glad I didn't buy the box set of Cloak and Dagger to see that booklet, considering the main actors in that movie are children. What's in that booklet? Is that movie homoerotic too? Why can't a movie just be enjoyable? Supplementals and special features are supposed to give you a look into the movie process, how it's made, the actors, etc. I don't need to hear about how gay the movie is. Because, I gotta be honest, the only people that feel that way is Hollywood. I hope you have a great weekend, you guys. We'll be back on Monday. I think I'm going to review Cocaine Bear come Monday. Maybe. Hope your week was great. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. For Michael the Microphone, Bob, Squeaky Chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We'll see you on Monday.
We'll be right back.